Just a quick note before this free video. If you click like and subscribe, I'd be very thankful. Lexi tried to interview MJF. He walks into a locker room, punches a mirror. This was at the show Sunday. Then he comes out here. He shows his hands all busted up.
Yeah, that was actually kind of cool.
Said I had a headache. My hand hurts. My body hurts. What hurts the most is knowing that I had that match won on Sunday, but that cowardly cowboy took a cheap shot. But I'm not upset anymore. Hangman, I'm 10 times smarter than you, 10 steps ahead. This is not over. So then, of all people, out comes MVP. And they hug. MVP says, hey, you guys want to know about our history? Crowd goes, no! And he goes, too bad, I'm telling you anyway. He says, when this guy was 18, he volunteered to drive me to this documentary filming. I was impressed because he had so many great questions about this business. And then I met him at a little indie in Florida, he said. And I knew he'd be a star. He had that aura, as the kids say, intuition. And you told me someday you'd be a world champion, and everything you said you were going to do, I'm proud of you. But what I'm not proud of is what happened to you Sunday. Why are you out here whining? You should be smashing people. You should be hurting people. You've lost your edge. Everyone in the back doesn't respect you anymore. And worse, they don't fear you. They fear the Hurt Syndicate, and that's what you're missing. He pulls out his card. He says, this is a ticket to change your career. Maybe we need to talk business. And Max at first says, with all due respect, short list of people I do respect. You're one of them, but I'm not the kid I was years ago. I don't need your help or advice. And I was a champion for 406 days. And MVP said, you got to focus on the word was. And he gives MJF the card again, and he leaves. So that's something new.
Yeah. Yeah, the thing is that I don't think that they realize that like the Hurt Syndicate and MVP are baby faces. I mean,
they have to know this by now.
That's
for the love of God. He sent them to go hang out with women, and they said they were going to go to the gym first.
But I mean, the thing is like that's what ruined the Outrunners match. Aside from the fact that the Outrunners didn't look good in the match, but I mean, the whole dynamic of the Outrunners is that they're like baby faces.
Yes.
But they couldn't be baby faces against the Hurt Syndicate because the people like the Hurt Syndicate.
Yes, this is the exact same thing that happened with Toni Storm for months when she was the hottest babyface woman they had, but they kept pushing her as a heel, and every woman she got in the ring with was fucked. They were supposed to be baby faces. They all got booed or nobody cared. It's actually the same thing that happened with Swerve for a while, where everybody was singing his song and chanting and dancing, but he was still a heel.
Well, that's only because he was wrestling Danielson and that story he had to be.
The point is that the Hurt Syndicate need to be baby faces, or they're going to kill all these heels they're in the ring with. They're these other baby faces.
They are baby faces, but that's what was so weird was because like if this builds to MJF going with the Hurt Syndicate, I mean, I guess they could do a thing where two of them are baby faces and one of them's a heel because I think Max can pull that stuff off. But it's like he's going into a babyface stable. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And plus, there's a large percentage of the crowd, at least 30%, that wants to cheer him anyway.
Yes.
So it's kind of like, and how many? It wasn't that many months ago he was a babyface. So it's kind of like. I don't know. It's like whatever. I mean, it's like he can't. It's like, I mean, he can turn back. He can turn babyface. I know that, but it's just too early. Even though I mean, it's actually been more than a couple months. It's been since whenever it was. Like I think when he came back to go against Adam Cole, but it's just like he shouldn't be put in a position to be cheered just yet, and if this storyline goes anywhere without them just jumping him, but if they jump him, they're the baby faces though, so that doesn't even make sense. So I don't know. I will see where this thing goes. I'm sure it'll go somewhere, but the problem is that they categorize the Hurt Syndicate as heels, and they're not.
So remember we were talking about how they could have shot an angle with Moxley and Copeland.
Yeah.
Because there was stuff on the show that could have been cut.
Yeah.
Max Caster comes out. I'm the best wrestler alive. Here's my thing I got trademarked. Blah, 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 blah. Out comes Takeshita. And Max says, there's no way you're here to wrestle me. I'm the best wrestler alive. I'd kill you. You must be here to invite me to the Don Callis family. Maybe I could headline the Tokyo Dome, maybe blah, blah, blah. Anyway, Takeshi kills him with a forearm, lifts him up at 2, hits him with the Raging Fire, pins him. So is Takeshi a babyface now? Because he sure was a babyface in this segment.
He certainly came across as a babyface, yes.
All right.
But and also there's no Don Callis.
He was not at the show, yes.
Yeah, because if he was at the show, it'd be harder for Takeshi to be a babyface.
If you love this show, you should consider signing up at WrestlingObserver.com. WrestlingObserver.com has every show that we have ever done. Over 15,000 podcasts in the archives, dating back to 2005. Searchable by show, searchable by year. Perhaps the first show you ever watched was 2008 WrestleMania? Well, you can head into the archives and you can find the podcast we did, all built around the 2008 WrestleMania. Every major show, whether it be WWE, AEW, we covered it all. 15,000 archived shows at WrestlingObserver.com. Also, when you subscribe, you get full access to the Wrestling Observer newsletter. There's a new Observer every Friday. And on top of that, we have thousands and thousands of archived issues of the Observer dating back to 1991. So again, WrestleMania 2008. Go to the archives, search WrestleMania 2008, read all of the issues surrounding that show. Of course, Wrestling Observer newsletter, 40,000 words of news and information on pro wrestling and mixed martial arts every single week. New issue comes out every Friday. New back issue comes out every Monday. You also get the discussion board. One of the best discussion boards on the internet. It's members only. If you're going to troll, well, you got to pay to troll, and there aren't too many of those. And if you cause too much trouble, you're out of there. So if you want a great place to discuss professional wrestling, it is the board. Also available as a subscriber at WrestlingObserver.com. The whole package, all of the new shows, all of the archived shows, all of the new issues of the Observer, all of the archived editions of the newsletter, all of the past episodes of Wrestling Observer Radio, Wrestling Observer Live, The Bryan and Vinny Show, Figure Four Daily, Filthy Four Daily, The Board, all of it, just $14.99 per month. The full shebang, and you can save a lot of money getting an annual subscription. A full year, you basically get 2 months free. So check it out, WrestlingObserver.com, everything you'll ever need as a fan of professional wrestling. Check it out today, F4WOnline.com.